This is how you make dough. You need a scale because it has to be weighed.
Yes, and preferably in grams.
In grams.
All right. So whenever you put anything on the scale, you have to reset the scale so it's at 0, knowing that this is on there. Okay.
See? 0.
All right. So 415 grams of bread flour.
He's following a recipe. There you go. 415 grams.
Always measure out your ingredients before you start combining things. So I'm going to set that to the side. I need 6 grams of yeast. So again, I'm going to put that on the scale. Going to reset it to 0.
So this is yeast.
This is the active dry yeast.
Active dry
Actually, I need a spoon.
yeast.
6 grams.
6 grams. Let me see what the label looks like. Active dry yeast. Okay. 4 ounces.
No, 6 ounces.
I know, but I'm saying that is a 4-ounce jar.
Sorry, 6 grams.
Don't confuse my mom. 6 grams.
Should be about 3 teaspoons or 1 tablespoon. All right, let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
6. Okay.
Set it aside. Next thing, put that back on a scale. Since it's the same kind of cup, I don't have to zero it out again. 6 grams of salt.
Oh, she's not gonna like that.
You need salt.
Oh, too much. She has to take some back. 6 grams of salt. Okay.
Now, water, you can use a cup. You don't have to weigh water, okay, because it doesn't change volume based upon compression or anything like that. So a cup of water.
See, we just use tap water. Cold water?
Every recipe is different. I'm just using whatever's coming out.
Okay.
All right, so I am done with the scale.
Yeah?
Yep. So,
Okay. So you just put in 1 cup of water?
Yep.
1 cup of water. See that? 1. Okay.
So now, what I'm going to do is
So in here is what again?
the flour.
Flour. Okay.
Gonna add the yeast.
Add the yeast.
Going to add the salt.
Add the salt.
Where's my whisk? Where's my whisk?
I don't know. I haven't washed it in a while.
So I put the flour, yeast, and salt. I'm gonna mix it a little bit.
Whisk it. Mix it. Whisk it.
Whisk it just to get all that better dispersed in there.
Okay.
Whenever you're baking, you add wet ingredients to dry ingredients. You never add dry to wet. Okay?
Got it.
So I'm gonna put that on here. Make sure it's fastened. Put that in there, lock it.
I bought this one for you, right?
No, this is the old one.
This is your old one. Where's your new one?
It's still in there. This one,
Oh my god.
I love you.
Now I have to edit this out of the video.
All right. So now, pour the water in slowly on a low setting.
Low setting. I don't think she has one of these.
I mean, you can do it by hand. It's just a bitch by hand. I mean, most recipes by hand, they have you do it with a spoon first. And then once it's too hard with the spoon and sticking with the spoon, then you need by hand.
See, he's pouring it in a little at a time. Okay. How long do you have to do that for?
Until it looks a certain way, so I would imagine probably 5 to 8 minutes.
5 to 8 minutes?
Yeah, if you want, you take a look how it looks now. You can turn off the video and then we'll come back to it.
Okay.
Alright.
Turn it off.
Turn it off.
See you later.
Doesn't know how to show.
Okay, so this is how the dough should look, right?
Yes. So now what I'm going to do, turn it off.
Okay, yeah, let me get a video of how it looks.
Oh, I'm still not done. So.
Oh, but it's very tough.
What do you mean is it tough?
Like, it feels hard?
No, it feels doughy.
Doughy? I don't know what doughy feels like. Okay.
So what I'm just going to do, I need to fasten this better to the table.
Yeah, you do. Just moving around. You gotta clip it, right?
No, I need to put a wet towel underneath.
Oh.
So once that's like that,
Mm-hmm.
bowl,
Mm-hmm. What are you pouring in now?
olive oil.
How
Could be
much?
just a little bit like that.
What would you say that is?
I don't know.
A couple of teaspoons?
Maybe a tablespoon or so.
Alright.
Paper towel.
Uh-huh. So you're
Greasing pan.
greasing bowl,
Mm-hmm.
olive oil. Okay. Olive oil. Okay.
All right. Putting that in there.
Mm-hmm.
Greasing this up a little bit itself.
Mm-hmm. You flipped it over?
Yeah, just so I can get more of the olive oil on the dough.
Okay.
Okay. Gonna take a cloth.
Mm-hmm. Like a raggedy cloth?
Yeah, you can use plastic wrap, but I know you don't want me using plastic. So just damp.
Mm-hmm.
Put it over.
Mm-hmm.
Let's sit there for an hour.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be back later in an hour.
All right, so after an hour and a half, the dough should double in size.
Wow, look at that.
So I'm gonna scoop it out. Actually, before I do that,
What are you doing?
flouring the surface that I'm gonna work on.
Okay, good. Did you put a wet towel underneath your table?
Yeah. So after that, you're just gonna knead it a little bit. And this is where you start shaping it into what you want it to be.
So what are you gonna make?
What I'm going to make are garlic parmesan nuts.
Yum.
Okay. All right. So after you do this quick knead, this is when you start cutting it and shaping it into what you're going to do. This much probably will get you like 1 loaf of white bread, maybe 2 baguettes or so. What you do is after you shape whatever shape you're doing, you have to let it rise for another 15 minutes to a half an hour. So for example, with the garlic knots, that's milliliters, grams, 667 divided by 16. So I want about 40 grams for each one.
So how many are you gonna make?
16.
16.
But I need these to be about 40 grams.
How many was that?
That was 72, 54, 40.
That's good, 40.
Okay. And then once you do that for this shape,
Yeah.
just gonna roll it. Like this. This is where this benches, and that's good. I need something that sticks a little bit better.
The board?
Yeah. So what I want is I want like a little ball, and I want the ball to be seamless. But this board doesn't help with that. So I'll work with that later. But I'm just rolling these, I'm gonna be rolling these out in 2 strands, almost like pretzels. So 40, 21, 28, 41.
Good enough.
Yeah, good enough.
So you're saying after you make these things, you have to let it sit?
Yeah, I'm gonna
for-
put it on the tray after I make the shape, put the towel over it and let it rise for another 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay, got it. So that's the end of this video?
That's the end of the video, and then we'll just show what it looks like when it's done.
Okay.